All right, the recording started. This is the April 19th Jupyter Dev meeting. And I'll kick off the meeting just by announcing that we have a Jupyter team survey that's been distributed to the folks who attended the dev meeting a few weeks ago. So when you have a moment, please go ahead and fill out that survey and make your comments. It's geared toward preferences for development and also for project management tools and styles and impact. So it's a very important survey. It's very short. Shouldn't take you too long. So with that said, let's move on to folks who have questions or have blockers.
Yeah, on that survey, there's something I didn't quite get. There was a PT work and an FT work.
Uh-huh.
And I did not know what those terms mean.
Oh, I think that means part-time or full-time.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I also added in, Jessica mentioned that the education piece and be greater wasn't mentioned in the survey, so I added that after it was sent out. So not the most scientific of approaches, but when you do fill that out, please check the education piece if that's a part that you're interested in. Okay.
Looks like Carol's up first, but she might not be connected.
Let's see. So I had mentioned before you joined, Min, that Anna mentioned that during the dev meeting a few weeks ago that the team had agreed that this weekly stand-up would be more geared toward folks bringing up issues or blockers or questions that they were facing, and updates would be posted in the HackPad. But of course, if we do that, we're relying on people to bring a list of things that they need help with or blockers on.
I still think we should have to, we should go in order, because otherwise nobody will be the first to talk. Because there is 15 people in the meeting, so let's follow the order of the HackPad.
Okay. Let's follow the order on HackPad. Okay. Can you go through that list, Matthias?
Okay, so Carol is not there. Min is second. So Min, do you have something specific to say?
Yeah, IPython is just about ready to ship. So if anybody wants to chime in and see if there's anything left that should get in for an IPython minor release, we just have some little cleanup stuff. So it should be a small release that we can get out shortly.
What kind of documentation is needed for that release?
Usually for the small releases like this one, we just do a few bullet points of kind of what changed, what was fixed.
Okay.
And so I have linked there to a PR adding that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
It's minor, so there is not much to do in documentation. Carol just wants to be aware when there is a new release to update all the links, especially on the top page of Jupyter documentation. That's why we're waiting for her. Okay, so next is me, I guess. Nothing much. I worked upstream on Code Mirror and on Shortcut Editor. I have just a problem with tests that I don't understand why they don't work. Just struggling on that. Nothing else worth mentioning. And after it's Peter. Peter, are you online?
I'm here. I have nothing other than what's in the HackPad. If anyone has questions, I can answer them now, but I've got no blockers. Okay, I think Carol's next.
Carol not there, so let's just go to the next person. Anna, I don't think she is in the call either.
Anna's here. She's on mute. Anna, you're on mute. There we go.
Jess is next, actually. Jess, do you have anything you want to bring up?
Just a quick thing, which is that I'm developing a survey to try to get a better sense of who's using Jupyter in their classes and how they're using it. So I sent it out to the Jupyter education mailing list, but not to the broader Jupyter mailing list. So if any of you want to take a look at that and give me some feedback on the survey questions before Friday, that would be really awesome.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so nothing for me other than what's written in the hackpad already. So next person is Thomas. He says probably will miss the meeting. So is he on the list of attendees or participants, I mean?
No, he's not.
Okay, so then Stephen.
Nothing to report other than I'm probably meeting with Jason this afternoon to talk about how things will extend the notebook in Jupyter Lab. If anyone's interested, just ping one of us.
I think we all have different lists that we're working off of. So it's a random list. Yeah. So let's see. Chris is next on my list. And Darian?
My audio, is it working? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Because it says audio off on the interface for some reason. Oh, I see. That's to turn it off. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any blockers. I'm just working on the console and chugging along.
Great. Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hello. I wasn't planning on giving an update because I was on holiday last week.
No worries.
I can tell you all about the snow conditions in Morsing. I can't tell you a lot about the Jupyter project and how it's progressed. So I'll probably pass over to someone else.
Okay, thank you. We have Fulmer who's joined. I think you're just listening in, Fulmer. So I'm going to continue. Gino Bustello. No. You're on mute if you have anything to contribute, Gino. Okay, Min, Pete.
Gino actually did have a question, but apparently he can't come off mute. I'll ask it for him.
Okay.
He's actually looking at how in the declarative widgets extension, you could use some help trying to figure out how the Python server-sided extension can find its front-end JS extension in the new Notebook 4.2. So someone could get with him afterwards. That'd be useful. Basically, it's, previously it was a hard-coded path. Now we've got to look across this prefix, the OS system install directory user profile. How can the Python side be aware of which front-end install path the JavaScript is living in if it needs to know that, if at all possible? And if I marble mouth that, ping Gino, or he'll ping you.
Yeah, I think there's a utility function in core paths for find the first thing in the Jupyter path.
So like the active path, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Min. Okay.
I think on the hackpad, Sylvan is next.
Hey, yeah, no blocker. The release of IPyWidget is ready. We had some edits on the announcement by Jason and Carol. I also updated Py3.js and BQplot to work with it, and I resurrected the leaflet widget to reflect the latest changes in IPyWidgets. So yeah, that's it for me.
Great. Thanks, Sylvan. Right, so that's Jason. Did you want to give an update?
Yeah, I'm not on the hackpad. Thanks for asking. So I dropped out right as Steve was talking, but I just wanted to mention that Steve and Chris and I are having conversations about the plugin architecture for the new notebook and how execution works and things like that. And anybody's welcome to join. I think Steve can put a link to the issue that we're working on right now, diagramming some ideas. And also just wanted to remind everyone that at noon Eastern time, which I guess is 9 Pacific time, that we have a weekly meeting on Jupyter Lab on Fridays. So Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time.
So that's at Bloomberg?
It's over at peer.in usually.
Okay.
Or Blue Jeans if somebody can host it on Blue Jeans.
Oh.
But it's just a follow-up status meeting, sort of more in depth about Jupyter Lab, and we talk about design issues and things like that. So anybody's welcome to come that is interested.
Okay. Hey, Jason, would you mind sending out the link for that weekly meeting? We can put it, did you post it in HackPad for this meeting? Maybe you could put it
Sure.
there and we could send something out to the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have a standing person from Berkeley that's in there, so we don't have a Blue Jeans static account that we're always using. But I'll put the time in there. Usually we coordinate right before the meeting about where we're meeting.
Okay.
I'll put the time in there and the backup, which is appear.in/Jupyter.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you. Marianne. Nothing?
I thought I already went.
Okay. Yep, you popped up on my screen, so it looked like you may be getting ready to say something. So, no? Okay. Anyone else? Speak now or forever hold your peace for a week. No?
Hey, Jason, do you want to stay around for a bit if you have a minute, or maybe an appearing?
Yeah, let me get up to my desk. I'm right now just talking on the phone, and I'll ping you when I get up there. Is that all right?
Oh, okay, good.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Great. Well, we can wrap this up. If anyone has any questions or any ideas how to make this go even more smoothly than it did today, feel free to let me know. And we'll just continue to get caught up with each other on GitHub and Gitter and HackPad and the mailing list. And we'll see you all next week.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.